What is up, my BBossBaddies and my Batman fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell, we are back with another version. You guys loved this video the last time, and of course I'm back. Do I have a I feel like I have a hair on my mouth. Okay, that was a little too close. Sorry, you guys. This happens sometimes. But you guys know I've been doing this format. I know I have a hair somewhere on my face, but we're just going to ignore it because it'll come up. But you guys know that I've been doing my videos just straight getting into the videos because you guys love it this way. I know it kind of gets me right into it, so of course that's what you guys are going to want. And maybe in the future I'll bring back like my intros and stuff, but y'all gotta let me know if you want to see that. All right, so I don't really want to talk too much, but of course, like, you know, my little stuff that I stayed in the beginning, but just give this video a big thumbs up and we can go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I have, and don't forget, I'll leave the links down below for the other two videos, I think, or maybe there's one. I'll leave it down. So when you are distracted from handling business is the first thing that I have on my list. And this first thing is because, okay, I'm gonna check one more time because this is really bothering me. Okay, I'm done. So this is an amazing thing that women love because, listen, y'all, if you watch my other video, I talked about the gaming thing. I brought it up. I had to bring it up again because I did do a second version, I remember. And the whole, some people got confused about the whole, oh, why are you playing on the game? And why would you bring a woman over to the, I'm not going to explain all of that all over again. I'll leave the links like I said, but this is the type of distraction that you want when you are handling business, and this is the best one. That other stuff, there's a whole different explanation. Watch the videos, you'll see. But this one right here, when you can pick up a phone call, you got to put her on the side. Hey, I'm distracted right now. I can't handle you. I can't deal with you right now, but I got you later. That is masculine. That is, you're going to go take care of things as a man that is on his purpose, that is focused, that is dealing with things that are priority first, and you're showing her that you're putting her second. So if you guys want a girl to obviously want what this whole video is about from you, you have to always get her excited. And if you guys do not know, the best way down there to get her ready is definitely by having her excited, okay? And so when you go handle business and you put her to the side, it's showing the importance of what you feel like is valuable. When you bring a value to a woman after a woman knowing that you're a man of your words, a man that puts things first, like I said, priority, right? When it's all about you and then a woman second, and then the second that you show her you're gonna put her first, not necessarily, oh, you know, you're my number one and I'm putting you at that high pedestal, but more so I'm putting you first for that moment because you earned it or you showed why you should be put first. When you go ahead and do that, like I said, after being on your purpose, after dealing with business, putting her on hold, making her know that, hey, you're not number one, you're not always going to be number one, you'll have your moments. Once you've done that, she appreciates it even more. And then she gets excited about it because now it's like, well, how many girls are going to go through this with him? Or, you know what? He chose me to put on the side on hold, even though and this is not even just on the phone call. Like maybe some of you guys are thinking that way. I'm not talking about, oh, you say the whole thing. You could use that as an example. That could be your case, but I'm talking more so when she's there with you, right? Example for you guys. Let's go a little bit back. Let's say it's a day where you guys are just chilling once again, right? You're hanging out. When you're hanging out, hey, it's just you and her, and you guys are just chilling in the room, and it's been a long day. You guys been together for an all day type of thing, and you had that one phone call, or maybe you had a brother. Let's use a brother. Came into the room. Hey, you know what? I got to talk to you about this right now. Or did you hear about this? We got to talk about it. Or, you know, you got to confirm right now. Can I get the confirmation? And so you tell her, hey, and you know what? I'll come right back to you. Or I got to go, but I'll be back. You know how many girls love when you leave, but you leave her at the crib, her house, your house, I mean, and you say, I'll be back, you deal with things and come back, and then you deal with her. You know how many girls love that? Because it's that excitement of him coming right back and then what you're going to do when you come back. But now, like I said, you're busy, you're doing your stuff. Her knowing that you are not lusting, thirsting, oh, I want you, like every other guy that does want her and does typically the same thing, right? The same guys that always do those nice trait things that catch them to end up being pushed away because a girl doesn't like a guy that doesn't show that masculine side, right? You're not nothing like those guys. And so that moment that you take to go ahead and handle the business, she respects you for it, of course. And then she's gonna be like, let me reward you. Once you've rewarded her by showing her that you can't just get my time just like that, and you showed her, and that's how you have to do it, you guys. You have to let her know, because girls don't come into your life and be like, well, I already know this. I already feel this way about this guy. So regardless, he's going to have to know this about me, and he's going to have to, like, they're not just coming into this, having everything set up and having it put in your head. What they are expecting is a man always, regardless if you're an alpha or you're a simp, to prove why she should waste, or I mean, not waste, but they feel like they're wasting their time, but why she should invest that time into you. But if you cherish your own time and invest your own time into yourself, and then you give her that little bit of time, she starts seeing that you're just like her. And then better yet, it shows, because, hey, the actions are there. He does actually have all that money. He does have some status, or a huge amount of status. Or even if he doesn't have status, hey, he's making 6 figures. Right? She wants to act like, I need a 6-figure guy. Never had a 6-figure guy, but she came around you. You knew how to act like an alpha, or you are an alpha, so there's no acting, of course. And then everything is adding up. You're handling business when you can. You give her some time when you can. You see her here and there when you can. And then when you give her that, she then goes ahead and says, okay, well, this is not always going to happen. Okay, so we'll talk more about this. This is not going to always happen, because there's some other points, 2 other ones. And so let's go ahead and move on. And at any point, if you guys really do want that part 4, I know we're already going to be at 4, but you guys really do appreciate this video. So let me know down below. Next thing on my list is don't have. Oh, and y'all, the last thing, just keep in mind, if you didn't get, or you didn't take so much from that last point, is the difference. There's differences in ignoring. And the good ignoring is when it's because a bigger purpose or a better reason than her. And that's going to be for your benefits. Nothing that's for her benefits. But that's sometimes also where you get a woman thinking like, hey, well, I can just jump on this and benefit. Okay, so now back to this second point. We can move on. Second point is don't have such a thirsty vibe. And I put in brackets, if she's not giving you her full attention, then that means you have to do the same thing. So once again, because I feel like that was a good example last time, because you guys had, your questions, and obviously everybody had their comments. But once again, if you guys are just hanging out, right? It could be the same scenario, same exact scenario. Once you're hanging out, a girl will test you, and she'll test you in multiple ways by just saying things such as, hey, well, what would you do in this situation? And she can refer it to a girl. If you were in a situation like this with a girl, she'll refer it to a girl, like ask you, would you ever date a girl like this? Would you ever spend money on a girl like this? How many girls have you, right? It's to see what you would say. Or she could try things like to tell you, I'm leaving now, or I'm bored. And this happens oftentimes, right? If you guys just would have waited out, things play out the way you want it to play out, but you have to wait it out. So you see how I did that? You get what I'm saying? I hope you guys are following. So now we have this woman coming through, chilling. Now she wants to leave because you're not giving her that attention. Why aren't you looking at me? You're supposed to look at me, right? So when that happens with this girl, I'm sorry, it is a little funny, because girls really do get upset. They get in their feelings very quickly, and they start thinking like, well, I'm here, I look good, why aren't you looking at me? Give me some attention. It happens all the time, you guys. Okay, so anyways, back to this point so we can wrap up. She wants to leave. She's trying to give you that test, and she's giving you that test to see if you're gonna tell her, oh, stay, or are you gonna give her more attention? Are you gonna, the other example I gave you, get off your game now, right? But you see, you can't just be full on giving her this attention when she's not giving it to you, because that's how she starts disrespecting you. Look at this man. Every time I get on my phone, he's silent. He's just waiting until I respond. Every time I have to take a phone call, and it is that other guy that I'm talking to, I step out, I take the phone call, and when I take the phone call, I come back in the room, and then I just act like nothing happened, and he's just there respectfully waiting. And you see, that's how, like I said, a lot of girls end up disrespecting men, because a lot of guys will put themselves in situations where they can take or tolerate disrespect. You don't have to tolerate it. So now when she comes back in the room, right, she did what she wanted to. She likes to test you, all this stuff. If you go ahead when you could have been on your game, and like I said, this is a different type of ignoring. This is when a girl is trying you for real, right? Excuse me, right? So you ignore her, by being on your game once again, or maybe it's something else that you like to do, or it could just be on your phone. You can do the exact same thing that she does. Once you do that, you go ahead and what you do is make her feel that in this vibe that we have right now, the way things are moving is not going to be run around you. Because if you make a woman understand that right now it's this way and it's the right way of, we're gonna both give each other attention. We're both gonna hear each other or get to know each other. We're both not gonna waste each other's time. If you give her that tone and that's what she's giving you back and you keep it going, you're gonna get everything to happen exactly what you want. You don't have to try too much, right? But it's the second where a woman tries to test you or give you something else, you have to set that vibe and that tone of, this is how it is. If she does not like it because she feels like you're being too harsh, or, you know, I know this is what you guys expect. You're going to talk to this girl, get to know her, and she would like that, but you see that's not working. So if you give her that tone of, okay, I'm going to take this away, I will be on my game, I will be on my phone, or I will just tell you to leave because you don't want to give me that undivided attention that you guys feel like you should get, and I believe you guys should get as well, then you are going to be played. You're going to end up you're going to have this girl end up using you, disrespecting you, looking at you and saying, look at this guy. He tolerates anything. Look at his expectations. They're so low, right? And this is why a lot of times, oftentimes, and this is the last thing I'll say before we move on to the last thing, a lot of times you guys will be like, well, I am an alpha guy, or I'm a sigma, or, you know, you feel so highly about yourself, but you still don't understand why you get that disrespect from women. And that's exactly why. I just explained it to you guys. So hopefully I helped you with that point. Leave your questions down below or anything else you guys have to say, okay? Last thing on my list is talk to her mind. So this one's pretty simple. It means, and I put in brackets, time to get the secrets out of her. So this is kind of just to get in her head. Women really like those mind games on those tricks. And sometimes if you say the right things and you say the right questions, that's a key way as well. When you say those things, you can go ahead and get into her mind where it causes her to loosen up, to feel like, okay, I don't have to be so tense. I don't have to be so stressed. If he's ready, then he's ready. If this is when it's going to happen, it's going to happen this way. So the way you can do this is taking it away from anything that she would not want to just easily give up. And you guys already know better yet. There's nothing better than, you know, the kitty. But if it's that, if you're going to make her feel like, oh, she has to, or you're going to make her feel like, well, why don't you, or bring it up to her attention so she should, she's just going to be like, hold up, put a break on it. A lot of girls get offended and they feel like, don't think you can just get it. Don't think it's just that easy. Don't think because I've been here over and over or I've talked to you for a while, it's going to happen. And some girls, yeah, they might be, you know, the ones that are for the streets, been for the streets, but that one time, like I say, that one time when it comes to you, she's saying, I'm not willing to do it. But she selected to not just do it with you. So it really just took that other guy that she ended up doing it and doing whatever and letting him, you know, get what he wants, because he really took the time to get to know her. He really, and even if it's acting, a lot of times guys get to a point where they don't even care about these females like that. They're acting. They're just faking it. It happens all the time. This is real stuff, right? So even when it's acting, it's just because you made that woman feel important. It's because you've actually not rushed into what most other guys that want her want. You get what I'm saying? So it's like now she's handing it to you. Like I've said, women want to reward you when they feel like you should get the reward as well. But the same way you have to earn it is the same way she expects you to put in that work with, you know, taking the time, with waiting. But it's like you have to always still put yourself first. And that's how we'll wrap up, because I didn't even get to talk about that much in this video. But to wrap up, I want to say when you put yourself first, but then you go ahead and give that woman, like I said, that time, that let me get to know you, that, oh, you are over and we're going to chat and we're going to actually, like, you know, value this time that we have together. When you make that feel important for that time, when she knows about you already and knows what you're about, knows that that's not what you really do with women, she then goes ahead and gets a little, you know what? Water works. If you get it, you get it. I don't know. But I'm going to leave this video at this. Y'all want a part 4, like I said, let me know. And yes, that's that. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye, guys.